So it was not that people stopped listening to music, reading books, reading newspapers, or consuming news, watching movies. It was that we made a decision societally to do a wholesale reallocation of revenue from people who made content and owned content to people who owned platforms. And these were monopoly platforms. Google is a monopoly. Amazon is as close to a monopoly in the book business as exists. Apple and Google are a duopoly in operating systems. And as Peter Thiel pointed out, competition is for losers. If you want to create and capture lasting value, look to build a monopoly. And these monopolies are not the regulated monopolies that I grew up with in the 50s with the Bell system, where they had to put X percentage of their profits into research and development and created Bell Labs, which then created the computer, the solar cell, and all of the great things to which we are still living off today. No, these are unregulated monopolies that get to do whatever they do. And the extent of their monopoly is not well known. Occasionally, things happen that actually show the extent of their monopoly. So on November 11th, Google's DoubleClick ad server went down for 1 hour and a half. And the ads on 80% of the major sites on the internet disappeared. 80% of the ads disappeared for a full hour and a half until they brought the server back up. And Facebook's monopoly is also quite astonishing. As Justin Smith of Bloomberg says, there is a list a lot longer than is publicly known of those that have Facebook delivering 1/2 to 2/3 of their traffic. Now, we know that BuzzFeed and Huffington Post get 2/3 of their traffic from Facebook, but his thesis is it's a lot bigger than you know. And as Facebook becomes more of a video provider, it will have a huge monopoly in that sphere too. And then, of course, we have the cable broadband monopoly, which you all know of. So if you want 50 megabits download, which to me is table stakes. We work with a company in Chattanooga that gives you 1 gigabit downstream. But if you want 50 megabits, 82% of Americans have one provider that will give them that. If you want 25 megabits, it's about 72% of the people have one provider. Now there's one other place the money went, and went to criminals like this guy. This is Kim.com with his 300-foot yacht and his playmate girlfriend. Kim made $450 million in 3 years selling advertising against content that he did not own on Mega Upload. He was the largest pirate provider of content in the world. And how did people find their way to Kim.com? Through Google. So I just put watch Harry Potter online free into the Google search engine. Every one of these is pirate sites. And here's Google's search traffic, and Popcorn Time, you guys may know, is a big pirate site, and it gets more searches than Netflix. So we know where the traffic is coming from. And we asked Google last week at a conference, I was interviewing the person who runs the advertising. I said, do you think this is really helpful to the entertainment business? She said, well, people don't really ask us this question that much, It's as if, well, maybe.